relax into the floor. Starting to soften the spine, soften our facial muscles. We can start to close our eyes as well. Starting to come into ourselves, eliminating all of our outward distractions. Taking the next hour, just allowing us to focus on ourselves and on our bodies. And while we're here, let's take a couple of inhales and exhales. Coming in through the nose and out through the mouth. Starting to fill up our lungs, waking up the inside, waking up the torso. Letting our eye muscles soften. Releasing the jawline, releasing the tongue. Letting the cheeks melt down the face. Bringing our awareness down to the shoulders, allowing them to release. Down through the back and the hips. With every exhale, we're releasing even more. Softening down through the legs, over the calves, through the ankles and feet. Taking a nice deep inhale. Now we're filling up our belly as much as we can, letting it rise with our inhale. And on the exhale, we'll start to bring our center, our belly button, towards the spine. So we're contracting our abs and releasing on the inhale. Starting to massage those organs, engaging the center. And before we get started into our physical movements, maybe we can bring something to mind that we'd like to shift or change in our immediate life today. Could be something big or small, but something we'd like to dedicate our practice to. And when we're ready, we're going to slowly open our eyes. And we're going to take an inhale, bringing the chest forward. We can look up to the sky. And exhale, pressing back. And we'll do this at our own pace, starting to wake up the spine, starting to wake up the body. If we'd like, we can use our hands to help us, so pressing that spine forward, making a big wave. And exhale, pressing back into the spine. Good. Connecting our breath with our motion. Good. Coming back to neutral, we're going to take our side this time, going into our right ribs. We're going to take it over to the right, keeping our left hip on the floor, and over to the left. So really opening up that side body. Good. All the while raising the crown up and out, making some space in the vertebrae. Beautiful. Coming back to neutral. From here, we're going to inhale. Let's take both arms up overhead. Bring the palms together. And we're gonna exhale to heart center. Gonna do this a couple of times, getting the oxygen in. Inhale, opening up the arms. Exhale, center. Inhale, up. Exhale, center. We're gonna do one more big inhale. And on the exhale, let's bend at the elbows. Take the hands behind the head. And start to stretch out the backs of the arms. Beautiful. Let's take the arms all the way down. We're going to start to roll to all fours. So bringing our knees under our hips, our hands under our shoulders, tucking those toes underneath. And from here, we're going to inhale, we're going to lean forward past the arms. And exhale back, bringing our hips over the ankles, stretching out. We're going to do a couple of these. Waking up those wrists, waking up the ankles. If we'd like a little more intensity, we can squeeze that center, starting to engage the abs. Beautiful. On our last exhale, let's bring our hands a little bit closer to our knees. We're going to roll up to the balls of our feet and find our yogic squat. So we can stay on the balls here, or we can come down all the way to the heels and bring our arms out in front. Lifting from the spine. If we'd like to add a little side to side action, we can. And on your next exhale, let's drop the hands down, straighten the knees, and we'll find a forward fold. Letting the head hang nice and heavy. With every exhale, sinking down just a little bit more. Opening up the hamstrings. On the next inhale, we're going to bend the knees slightly, rolling up to standing, stacking the spine. One vertebrae on top of the other, bringing our head up last, finding a strong mountain pose. Rolling those palms out, straightening the spine. Feeling each one of our toes on the floor, spreading them wide. On our next inhale, let's sweep the arms up overhead and exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting up, flattening the spine. And exhale down. We're going to walk our hands forward to high plank. Finding a nice steady position here. We're going to float down, bringing our belly down to the mat. And pressing ourselves up to upward dog, keeping the tops of the toes on our mat. And on the exhale, tuck those toes under. We're going to press the hips up and back for our downward dog. Walking our feet out, starting to wake up those legs. And if it feels good for us, we're going to sink the chest even lower, getting into our shoulders. Breathing deeply, filling up those lungs. looking up to the hands. We're going to walk our feet up there between them. Find a forward fold. On the inhale, find a flat spine, looking out into the horizon. Exhale down. Inhale, let's sweep the arms up overhead, looking at our thumbs. And exhale, bringing our arms to heart center. Very nice. Pressing the palms together, giving ourselves a little tension in the shoulders. Breathing deeply. On the inhale, bend those knees, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting to flat spine. And exhale down, planting the hands, stepping back to high plank. Good. From here, floating down into the hands. Upward facing dog, pressing the heart forward. And exhale, downward dog, sending those hips back. Maybe spreading our feet wide on the mat, pinky toes touching the outsides. And release. Beautiful. Finding some comfort in the stillness. Bringing our mind back to the mat, back to our bodies. On the next inhale, looking up to the hands, walking our feet there, finding a forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat spine. Exhale, down. Inhale, let's sweep the arms all the way overhead. And exhale, palms together, heart center. Nice. Taking note of any sensations we're feeling in the body. Feeling our heartbeat. Coming back to our breath. On the next inhale, let's sweep the arms up overhead. This time we're going to send the hips back, bending the knees, finding our chair pose. Going back as far as we can, keeping our spine lifted. If we'd like more of a challenge, we can totally stay here, or we can bring our hands to heart center. From here, we're going to rotate our body over to the left side, bringing our right elbow to the left knee for a spinal twist. We can also look upwards over that left shoulder for an extra juicy stretch. Beautiful. Let's unwind ourselves, come back to center. We're going to straighten the legs, lift the arms, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down, plant the hands, jump or step back into our high plank. Lowering down to the belly. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale, roll those hips back to downward dog. Always adding movement if our body asks for it. Using these positions to find new ways of moving rather than a static position each time. Beautiful. On the next inhale, looking up to the hands, we can jump or step between them, finding our forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. And exhale to heart center. Very nice. Taking note of our changes in our body, if there are any. Good. From here, let's inhale, send the arms up. We're going to send the hips back, knees bent for our chair pose. Now we're going to go to the other side. So we can stay here, or we can bring our hands together at heart center. And we can rotate that left elbow over to the right side, finding a spinal twist. We can look up over that right shoulder as well. Ready? Let's unwind ourselves, straighten those knees, reach for the sky, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back, and exhale down, planting the hands, stepping back to high plank, floating through to the belly. Inhale to upward dog, exhale to downward dog, very nice. Spreading those fingers and toes wide, pressing ourselves up, hips lifted, finding that stretch in the back of the legs. Very nice. On our next inhale, let's lift that right leg up into the air. We're going to point the toes and find our three-legged dog. Using our glutes to help us. If it feels good, we can bend that right knee and allow the foot to float over to the other side. So we're opening up the hip. Good. If we want to take it one step further, we're going to keep opening that right hip and allow that foot to touch the floor on the other side, coming up to one hand on our left hand and reaching overhead for our wild thing. Very nice. Wherever we are in this position, let's rotate back to our three-legged dog. Leg up in the air, and on the exhale, let's bring that knee through to the chest and place that foot down between the hands, finding our runner's lunge. Very nice. Straightening our spine, looking forward. We're ready, planting the left palm down. We're going to lift the right arm up, finding our spinal twist. Very nice. On our next exhale, let's bring that right arm down. From here, we're going to drop that left knee, bring ourselves up, and we're going to take our hands, place them on the knee, and we're going to lean forward, finding a nice stretch in that left side. Going as far as we can, finding that limit, doing what our body asks of us today. We'd like to take it a step further, we can use the right arm, reach around, grab that left toe. This is going to get deep into our hip and our quad. Very nice. Good. Breathing into those spaces that may be talking to us. On your next exhale, let's release that foot. We're going to bring both palms down and we're going to step ourselves back into downward dog. Very nice. If we ever need a break during this whole flow, we can always come down to the knees and send those hips back for our child's pose. You're always welcome to go here. Let's come back up to all fours. Nice and slow, tuck those toes under. Press the hips back for downward dog. Taking a couple of deep breaths here, checking back in with the body. Being present with ourselves. And on our next inhale, let's lift the left leg up and back, pointing the toes, finding our three-legged dog. If it feels good for us, we can bend at the knee, letting our foot drift over to the side. Good. If we'd like to take it even further, we can rotate open our chest up to the sky, finding our wild thing, bringing our arms over the head. Very nice. Taking our time, bringing both palms back. Let's rotate. Left leg comes up, back to our three-legged dog. And on the exhale, bringing that knee through to the chest and placing that left foot between the hands, finding our runner's lunge. Keeping that spine nice and long, lifting the head up, looking forward. Placing that right palm down. We're going to inhale, lift that left arm up overhead, finding a nice spinal twist. Good. Using our breath to release any tension that we feel. Letting it guide us to stillness. Beautiful. On the next exhale, let's bring both arms down. We're going to drop the right knee, bringing ourselves up, placing both hands on the knee. We're going to lean forward, finding that nice hip stretch, still lifting from the spine. Beautiful. If we need some more intensity, we can reach back with the left arm and grab that right toe. Really getting deep into the quad. Ready on the exhale, let's drop everything, bring our palms down, and we're gonna step back into downward dog. Taking one deep breath here. And on the exhale, let's drop to the knees, and we're gonna sink those hips back into child's pose. Good, reaching those arms out ahead of us. We can rest the forehead on the mat. Taking a few moments to ourselves to reconnect. Breathing deeply into the back body. let's slowly come back up to all fours. Taking our time, we're going to tuck the toes and send our hips back to downward dog. On the inhale, let's look up to the hands, walk our feet there, find a forward fold. Inhale, let's lift to flat back, and exhale down. Inhale, let's bring the arms all the way up overhead, looking at those thumbs. And exhale to heart center. Very nice. Spreading those toes wide. We're going to go into our balancing positions. So from here, let's inhale that right leg up into the air, lifting the arms. So we're going to find a 90-degree angle, keeping that foot flexed, lifting from the hips. On the exhale, we're going to fold forward halfway, sending the foot back. We can either keep our hands back or forward. And we're going to find a half moon position. So we're parallel with the mat. Lifting up from the spine, looking down at your toes. Good. From here, on your next exhale, we're going to bend that left knee slightly. Drop that right foot down, and we'll find a warrior one position. Sweeping the arms up, bending into that left knee. Finding your grounding, using your feet and your legs to press upwards. On the exhale, let's open wide to warrior two, spreading the collarbones open. We can bring our palms upwards to keep the shoulders down. Good. On the exhale, let's drop the right arm down. Lift the left arm overhead, opening up the side body for reverse warrior. Good. On your next exhale, pressing back to center, we're going to drop the left elbow this time, reaching the right arm overhead. Rotating our torso as much as we can up to the ceiling. Good. When we're ready, lifting up back to warrior two. We're going to straighten that left leg all the way. So both legs are pressing evenly. Let's reach out and over with our left hand, finding our triangle pose. So we can either grab the ground or the ankle and lift the right arm up. See if we can look at those fingers. On the exhale, bring that right arm down. We're going to plant both hands into the mat. We're going to try to square those hips off by rotating the right toes forward. Good. And from here, we're going to fold forward over that left leg. Sending those hips up and back to lengthen your legs. And exhale, sink that chest over. Good. Nice job. into those hamstrings, allowing for more release with every exhale. Beautiful. When we're ready, we're going to bend that left knee. Let's see if we can step the right foot forward to meet the left and find a forward fold. Good. Inhale, we're going to slowly sweep the arms overhead, looking at those thumbs. Good. Exhale, finding our heart center. Very nice. Taking a moment to collect ourselves. Breathing deeply into the belly. And we'll do the other side. So inhale, let's bring the arms up, lifting the left leg, keeping our foot flexed, finding our balance. Good. Raising from the chest. On your exhale, let's bring that foot behind, fold forward. We're going to find our parallel position. We can leave the hands behind or in front, keeping that leg lifted as high as we can. Ready, let's bend that right knee slightly. We're going to place the left foot back, and we're going to find our warrior one position. Sweeping the arms up, lowering into the knee. Spreading those toes wide. Bringing up that energy, drawing it out of the mat. Opening wide, let's exhale to warrior two, bringing those palms upwards, opening the chest, looking out over those right fingers. Good. On your exhale, let's drop the left arm down. Reach the right arm overhead, opening up the side body. See if we can rotate the chest even further to the sky, opening up. Good. On the exhale, let's come back through to center, and we'll drop the right elbow to the knee. Lifting the left arm overhead, rotating the torso again, finding that small twist. Softening the muscles in the face, softening the shoulders. Inhale, let's come back up to warrior two. We're going to straighten that right leg all the way and reach out and over. We're going to find our triangle pose. See if we can send those hips back evenly and rotate up towards the sky, looking at those fingers. Take one deep inhale here. On the exhale, let's bring both arms down. We're going to rotate the left toes inwards, straighten those hips out, keeping the legs straight. We're going to fold forward right over that right knee. With every exhale, sinking just a little bit more, doing what our body would like to do today. ready, let's bend that right knee slightly. We're gonna step the left foot forward, bring our toes together, and we're gonna forward fold. Dropping those arms, releasing the crown of the head towards the floor. Next inhale, let's slightly bend those knees, sweep the arms up overhead, and we'll find our way to heart center. Very nice. Taking a few breaths here, resting, releasing, taking note of the body. We're ready, we're gonna make our way to seated. So you can do this in a couple of ways. We can try our seating challenge, keeping those big toes together, bend the knees, send the hips back. We're gonna try to sit all the way down to the floor. The other version is you can just do whatever you need to get down. Very nice. Keeping those knees up, we're gonna roll back slightly. We're gonna take our hands under the knees and lean back, bring the feet to parallel. Using the core strength, lifting from the heart. If you need a little bit more, you can let the arms go. And slowly we're going to drop everything down. From here, rolling slowly onto the back, we're going to concave the belly. Slowly bring the spine towards the floor. Good. From here, take a moment just to release into the floor. Keeping the lungs spread wide on the back of our mats. Our hips release, our spine, letting gravity do the work for us. Feeling our heartbeat, feeling our lungs expanding. When we're ready, let's bring our knees into our chest. We're gonna hug them in. And we can rock side to side if it feels good, massaging the back. Good. From here, let's keep the right knee in. We're going to let the left leg fall flat. See if we can really extend that left leg, bring the right leg in. Feeling that stretch, that opposition. From here, let's take that right knee. We're going to bring it across the body all the way to the left side and look over that right shoulder. See if we can keep both shoulders on the mat for a deep spinal stretch. Continuing to release the muscles into the floor as we breathe. Let's slowly take that right knee back up to center. And from here, keeping the back flat this time, we're going to open up the knee wide to the other side. So we're keeping those hips nice and wide. You can keep the knee bent. If you'd like a little bit more, you can grab the big toe and straighten the leg to the side. keeping both hips equally on the floor if possible. Taking our time, we're going to bring that leg back into center. Bring the other knee back in, and we'll switch sides. Right leg falls flat. Good. Really lengthening into the right side, bringing the left knee up, feeling that oppositional stretch. And when we're ready, take that left side, bring it all the way across your body to the right. Keeping both shoulders on the floor and looking over that left shoulder. Deep spinal twist. Taking one more deep inhale. On the exhale, bring your leg back to center. This time we're going to keep the back flat and we're going to open up that left side. As far as we can, you can use just the knee, or if you'd like a little bit more, grab that big toe and send the leg out to the side. Take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, bend that knee, bring both knees back into the chest, rocking side to side. And from here, we're going to open up to happy baby, grabbing the toes or the ankles, bringing our legs out wide, keeping those knees nice and bent. You can add a little movement side to side if that feels good. Doing any last bits of movement that you'd like before we end and complete our practice today. And taking our time when we're ready, we're going to release those legs all the way out long, finding our final pose of Shavasana. Relaxing the entire body, bringing the palms up to the sky, laying them flat. We're going to take a few moments of silence here to connect with the body, to listen to anything that comes to us as we take some time to meditate. and toes. Give ourselves a little shimmy of life. Coming back to the physical plane. And taking our time, we're going to roll over to the right side. Taking a moment to come back. And slowly pressing our way back up to seated. Finding our cross-legged position. We'll take a moment here just to bring ourselves back to our bodies. Let's bring our hands to our heart center here. Send ourselves some gratitude for taking the time to work on our bodies, to do some self-care, to take a moment of silence just for ourselves. It's always a pleasure to share space with you all. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.